What's up, YouTube? It's been a while, it really has. And I don't mean for videos because I just posted a video a few days ago. If you haven't checked it out, it's called The One, and it's about the one who has us trapped in the Matrix. But I mean, it's been a while because today is Sunday, and it's been months since I've done a Sunday Vibes video. And I thought I'd spice season 3 of Move with Peace. I thought I'd spice it up with a Sunday Vibes. So how are we vibing today? How have we been vibing since the last time I sat here and spoke with you? How are you? How are we doing today? How are we vibing? I'm doing pretty well. Some things have happened. As you can see, not even the last few videos, season 3 season 3 of Move with Peace has been all about breaking our minds from religion, which has us trapped within a matrix. That is not all what Move with Peace is about, though. That is just a part of Move with Peace. I created Move with Peace, or Move with Peace was created with the idea to break general unhappiness, anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, that stuff. And as I progressed, so did Move with Peace. After the depression and general unhappiness, it went to, emotions and perspectives and our mind, because simply it's mental. Everything is mental. This is all mental game. The Matrix is mental. All of this shit is mental. How everything got here, mental. So I went to the mental. And now I got to this place of, black people, we seem to be doing really bad. And we seem to keep complaining about how bad it is. So what's the cause of this bad? And the pinpoint is religion and Jesus and all of that. So that's where I'm at right now. Of course, not all people are going to vibe with that. I may lose people, I may gain people. That's fine. At this point, it is totally fine with me. I don't mind. That is the road that I am on right now. That is the path to stray man away from religion. We don't need it. At least we don't need it. Black people don't need it. No. They don't need it. I'm not about to sit here and justify it. We need to believe and know within ourselves and not someone else or something else. But today, we're going to take a break from all that. We're going to take a break from all the religious talk, all of the one mogus hobos. We're going to talk about depression. And I know I've talked about it a few times on this channel, more than a few times, but more specifically, my story with depression. And how I flipped it. My story with depression and how I flipped it. So, for those who don't know, you may have heard this story multiple times. But I'm going to reiterate it. I'm going to show you what I did with it. Anyway. So for me, it all started when I was 9 years old. I was in Ben Franklin Elementary School. I was in Ben Franklin. 4th grade, I believe. 4th, if I'm remembering it correctly, it was the 4th grade. Also, for those who don't know, I am albino. So, I don't have any pigment. Little. I have little pigment. And with being albino, my eyes move, my head moves, and this is when I really in ninth grade, or not ninth grade, fourth grade, when I was 9. I don't know what I said earlier. I don't even remember. Uh, Fourth grade when I was 9, it was when I really started to get bullied, really bad, or not even really bad, but I guess this was the start of when people talking about my appearance, people talking about my interest, people talking about what others would consider, I guess, a disability, my disability, even though I don't want to claim that. Because I'm not able to see really well. I don't have the best vision. They consider me legally blind. And in the fourth grade, oh man, these kids they was out here beating my ass, as in like they weren't really beating me up physically, but with the verbal and mental mind games and things that was going on. They called me all types of things like bobblehead. I know there was kids who used to call me adopted. There were kids who used to just sit here and just watch my eyes go back and forth. Yeah, there were all types of kids. They did all types of things. And this all started with when I was in the fourth grade at the age of 9. I was in Ben Franklin, and this was when I first decided I did not want to be here anymore. It was when I was like, you know what? I keep hearing the same stuff every day, all the time, all the time. I hear all these kids talk about my head moving, talk about the things that I like all the time. Because back in the day, anime wasn't as big as it was now, so I got picked on for that. I used to wear glasses, and that's part of the reason that I kind of don't fuck with them today. I mean, I'm older now, but there's no buts. Picked on me for my glasses, picked on me for, all types of shit. All, literally. They picked on me because I couldn't even see well. I got picked on for, so when I was younger and I was in school, the I used to have a vision teacher, and they would get my books enlarged, like enlarged print, so I would be able to see the books, because that text in those books in the school would be like that big, and no, not gonna see it. So I would get all my books enlarged, and I would get picked on because I had a bigger book than everybody else because I couldn't see the damn book. And I would just be like, yo, what the? But that was when I really felt like I wanted to hurt myself. When I was 9. I was 9 years old when I said, I do not want to be here anymore. This, whatever this is, this shit right here, whack as fuck. Super whack. I gotta come to school and hear all these kids. And then when you come home, like it wasn't just in school, I would come home and then all the little neighborhood kids, bobblehead this, bobblehead that, they just loved talking about my head moving, my eyes moving. They loved it. They loved it. They loved it. And then when I was 9, I said, this is it. That was the first time I contemplated it. And I contemplated it for over the course of time for about till I was about 25, 25, 26. I attempted 4 times. Another reason why I have this suicide number hotline tattooed. I have the suicide number hotline tattooed because, I've been there. I wanted to hurt myself. I didn't want to be here no more. I hated it. I used to hate this. I literally used to hate this. I used to walk around and just think of ways to hurt myself. I would just walk around. I would cross the street without looking. I would I just didn't care. When I was religious, I won't even say when I was religious, when I even contemplated God and all that, I used to pray. I used to pray that a motherfucker would take me out of here. I used to pray for it. It is wild because the flip, I'm not even like that anymore. Like I came home from work when I used to work at Michael's. I came home from work one day and I was just ready to clock out. I didn't want to be here no more. Like I said, I hated this. Getting picked on all the time. I didn't really have too many friends. No girls really liked me. It was just home life wasn't really home life and school life. It was just all whack as fuck. So I was just like, you know what? It's time to clock out. But I gave myself another chance. I told myself to go to YouTube, and then I just clicked in life coach, and I found Noah Elcreef, which you've probably heard me mention his name plenty of times because if I didn't click on those videos and find him, I just wouldn't be telling you about it today. So I found Noah Elcreef's videos, and it just all suddenly made sense. It made sense to where, I realized I understood, and I understand now that I was the cause of my own sadness and my depression and my suicidal thoughts and my anxiety. I was the cause of all of that because I was believing in the thoughts in my head. I was believing that these kids were right. I was believing that the things they said were true. I would believe the thoughts in my head that came up that said these dark, evil things. I would believe that they were true. And this is why I wanted to hurt myself. Because of myself. I put myself through so much mental anguish that I hated it. But something very interesting about the flip, about this whole depression and me being depressed and suicidal, and when I was depressed, I didn't want to do anything. I put myself in a box. I put my walls up tenfold. I really didn't. I talk about not having no friends. I definitely didn't have no friends when I was depressed. I had a few friends, but I didn't really hang out with a lot of people. Like I said, I put myself in a box. So, I was real skinny back then. I wasn't really eating much. And not because I was trying to lose weight or anything. I don't know, I didn't eat much. Like I said, I didn't want to be here. I didn't really care about too many things. I didn't really have the drive. I just didn't really have the drive to do anything. But the flip side of all of this, and I discovered this years after that I was depressed. I discovered this like last year. But I caused all of those kids to bully me. I'm the reason those kids bullied me. So, of course, I know that those kids were they were telling me, they were talking about my skin tone, my features, things that I couldn't change about myself necessarily, my disability, they were talking to me, or they were telling me about all that stuff. The interesting thing is that those were just my thoughts projected. My thoughts manifested, my thoughts and feelings manifested, my words just manifested into those children. I talked bad about myself when it came to how I looked, how I acted. My self-talk was horrible. I would think bad things about myself. Like I said, I would believe thoughts would pop up in my head and it'd be like, oh, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're worthless, you're pathetic, you're you're nothing, and no girls like you. And I would believe those things. And then I would tell myself those things. I would tell myself, you're not good with girls, or you can't do this, or you're ugly. I would tell myself those things, and then it's just a matter of time. Like, you're a big ass magnet. I'm trying to tell you, you're a big ass magnet, and it's literally just a matter of time until the things that you say, the things that you feel, the things that you think, it's just a matter of time until they come right back to you. And all of those, you're a bobblehead, or your head's weird, your eyes are weird. I said those things, and those things came back to me in the form of those kids in elementary school. All of the dark, evil thoughts that I had, all of the dark, evil feelings about myself that I had, just came right back to me like everything else does, because the world is just a mirror. So how you think, feel, and what you say, it's a mirror. It's going to reflect, it's going to come right back to you. This time it just came right back to me in the form of those kids bullying me. And how I understood this was, now I don't think that way. My self-talk is different. I talk to myself differently. I love myself. I love myself. I think very highly of myself. And now, all I hear around me, all I see around me is people think really highly of me. Like I said, we are just a mirror. Everything I feel, think, and say and do, it's going to come right back to me. It's going to come right back to me. And now that I think I am the sage, I walk around, I feel good about myself. I think I look good. All I hear is people telling me how good I look. I think my hair is fire as fuck. All I hear is people telling me how fire as fuck my hair is. I think I look good. I feel good. People tell me about my energy. They tell me about how I'm shining, and how bright I am, and how, listen, you can overcome anything, especially depression. Don't put yourself in a box. Most likely, you're causing it. Most likely. When you're the cause of your unhappiness. You are the cause of your unhappiness.